Hello, this is SJ Talks in Life coming back at you with another video. If you're new to my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, please, and thank you. Um, the the school, I don't know if I can use that word on here. There was um, the young man Colt. His name is Colt Gray that did the school attack. Attack. I don't know if I can use that word. They're so picky on YouTube. The school attack. Down in Georgia. Georgia. I think it's just outside of Atlanta. Young man's name is Colt Gray. They charged the father as well. I think they're going to charge the mother because the father bought the firearm. The father bought the firearm for his son for a Christmas gift or something like that. And they said he allegedly threatened, made a threat to the school before. I don't know if it was that school or another school. He made a threat, and he bought him an assault weapon on on Christmas. So the father is being charged too, and I think they're going to charge the mother. They're going to charge the mother. I believe they're going to charge the mother, and they're going to charge the father. This is the second. This is the second case where in a school attack where the parents are being charged. It's another case that happened just outside of Detroit here in Michigan. I can't remember. I can't think of his name right now. Where his parents got charged as well. So I'm glad that the parents are being held accountable. I'm glad that the parents are being held accountable for because in that the case the one that happened in Detroit, they knew that that young man had mental health issues. They knew he had mental health issues, and they still allow him to have access to firearm, you know, weapons. So this father, Colt Gray, his father bought him the weapon on Christmas. So he pretty much enabled him, and he made a threat on the school before. So he pretty much enabled him to go ahead and do what he had to do, what he did. And so I'm glad that the parents are being charged. I hope that in future cases, parents will be charged because that lets maybe in the future parents will be more diligent. Hopefully, in the future, parents will be more diligent and they will crack down on their kids. If they know that they're going to be charged and they know that they're going to go to prison, they'll be more diligent. Because so this is the second time where parents were charged, and I'm glad that they're holding the parents accountable because yeah, you are accountable. If your child is under the age of 18, you are accountable, and you know that they have mental health issues. In his case, he made a threat against the school before. They know that father should have knew that son was not supposed to have weapons. And it's like you're an accessory at this point. It's like you are an accessory. You bought the child the firearm, then you are an accessory. You are an accessory. He's an accessory. So yeah. So I'm glad that they're holding the parents accountable. But um, um, what I have an issue with is I'm getting sick and tired of every time. And Willie, the YouTuber Willie D talked about that. Willie D talked about that. He did a little video where he talked about how they're talking about he was a good kid and all this stuff. And yeah, why is it that every time a white person, Caucasian person, commits a mass unaliving, why is it that they have to lift them up? Oh, well, he was a good kid and all this kind of stuff. No, he's not a good kid. If he made a threat against the school before, he's not a good kid. If he unalived four people, he's not a good kid. He obviously isn't a good kid if he unalived four people. Why do they make 50 million excuses? Why do they make 50 million excuses? When it's a white person, why do they make 50 million excuses? They didn't do that for Massey. Sonia Massey. They didn't do that for Sonia Massey when that police officer, that racist police officer came into her home and blew her away because she said, I rebuke you. And some people said that she deserved it because some people said that she threw the pot, which she didn't. Some people say she had attitude, which she didn't. Nobody's making excuses for Sonia Massey. Nobody's making excuses. She literally told the officers that she loved them. But she gets all these accusations thrown at her. Nobody, it's interesting because nobody's making excuses for Sonia Massey. When it's a black person, matter of fact, it's a black person, they get criminalized. They get criminalized. If a black person do something, or gets unalived by the police, or goes out and does something, they really get criminalized. We get criminalized for being beaten and unalived by the police. We get criminalized. People try to make up every reason in the book why we deserved it. But then when this young man goes in and unalives into a school and unalives 4 people and injures many more, 50 million excuses is made for him because he's white. Oh, I didn't read it all. He was a nice young man. No, he wasn't. Nice people don't go around blowing people away. Nice people don't walk in schools and blow people away. He think he the only one been bullied? The young man that did the shooting down there in Uvalde, Uvalde, Texas, I think they unalived him. I think he was unalived. I don't know if he was called alive. Killed all those babies in that elementary school. Ooh, unalived, need to say kill. Unalived all those babies in that elementary school. Because he was being bullied. 18 years old. Or I think there was a transgender. They were being bullied. I was bullied too in school. I was bullied. I was teased. I don't go around. The people that bullied me are still walking around here. I didn't go to the school and start unaliving people in the school because I was bullied. You know how many people been through that? Well, this generation coming up now, this generation of kids coming up now, they're so weak. They're a lot weaker. These generations of kids. I think the Bible speaks about that. These generations of kids coming up now, they're a different breed. They're a different breed. They're coming up a lot weaker. They're not as strong as we were. You know, we just endured it. I mean, that kind of stuff didn't even cross my mind. I didn't even think about that. I didn't even think about it when I was going through it. I didn't even think about it. Lots of people that went through it didn't think about that. You just don't think about that. You don't think about it then. You don't think about it in the future. I mean, I didn't think about it then. I don't think about it now. It's like, get therapy. Get therapy. If you're still traumatized from bullying, get therapy. This young man that did the shooting down in Uvalde, no, it was a transgender. I think it was a girl trying to be a woman trying to be a man. I don't know. I think it was a transgender. Okay, that you were 18. Okay, what did those kids have to do with, you know what I'm saying? Get therapy. If you're still traumatized from that, angry or whatever, that's understandable. Get therapy. Get therapy. You don't walk into a school and just decide that this unalive innocent people, all those people that lost their babies in that situation. These people in Georgia that lost their babies and their loved ones because you angry, you got issues. The parents need to should have been encouraging him to go get help. Instead, they're giving him firearms, enabling him. So it's like, yes, they should be charged. And parents need to start teaching their kids. On the flip side, parents need to start teaching their children to not bully. They need to start teaching their children to not bully. It needs to start in the home. It needs to start in the home. Not blaming the victims, but it needs to start in the home. I had a zero tolerance. When I was raising my sons, I had a zero tolerance because of the fact that I did go through it when I was in school. And I told them, if I catch you bullying somebody, I will insert my foot into your you know where. That's exactly, I didn't say it in those words. I said that to both of my sons. Bash me and trash me all you want. But I meant what I said. I had a zero tolerance for it. I said, I better not catch you bullying. I better not catch you bullying and teasing people. Or my foot's going to go where the sun doesn't shine. And that's what I said. Bash me and trash me for saying it all you want. I don't care. I had a zero tolerance for it. With my kids, with my two sons. I said, you will not go to school and bully. You will not go to school and tease and mock people. You will not do it. Now, if they did do it, I didn't know nothing about it. The teachers never came back and told me they did. The teachers never told me, and the teachers were very, very informative, particularly with my oldest because he had a lot of issues in school. They were very informative. And the teachers never informed me that they were bullying people or talking about people, mocking people or whatever. I'm sure the teachers would have let me know if they were. Because they know what would have happened. I let them know. As a parent, I had zero tolerance for it. So you will not bully people. You will not tease people and taunt people and talk about people. You will not do that. That is not okay. You don't want nobody doing that to you. You will not do that. And parents have to have a zero tolerance. As a parent, you have to have a zero tolerance for it. And you have to set an example. I set an example and I didn't do it myself. And of course, I got accused of it one time on a job. But I'm not. That's not my personality. I'm not. I'm not even a confrontational person. So, yeah, it's not. It's just not who I am. But, it was a race thing. But yeah, I led by example, and I didn't. I tried not to do those things in front of you. A lot of times, parents be sitting up there talking about people and bullying people, and the kids are watching this. The kids do. His parents could have been, the parents of the bullies. The parents of the bullies could have been doing it themselves. And children don't do what they say; they do what we do. You have to, as a parent, you have to lead by example. Teachers need to crack down on it as well. I remember when I was in elementary school, junior high school, and I was being teased by the boys because if when I was in school, if you had short hair, then you were bald headed and ugly. Ugly wasn't too far behind, and I was getting teased by the boys, and the teachers actually, it was one teacher that actually encouraged it. Yes, one teacher didn't do anything about it. She seen the boy taunting and taunting me and teasing me, but she did nothing about it and said nothing about it. And one teacher actually encouraged it. So teachers have a role, a responsibility too, to not encourage it, to when you see it, nip it in the bud. Once you see any type of bullying or teasing or taunting, nip it in the bud immediately, because they're taking teachers out too. Nip it in the bud immediately. So teachers, administrator, principals, and things like that. They have a responsibility to just eliminate it. Nip it in the bud. Nip it in the bud. Do not enable it. Do not encourage it. Nip it in the bud. When I worked in daycare, and yes, it does happen at that level. Yes, it does happen at the daycare level. When I was a daycare teacher, I was a assistant daycare teacher. And as soon as I seen it, as soon as they were starting, ain't gonna be no bullying, ain't gonna be no tease. I nipped it right in the bud immediately. As soon as I seen it, I nipped it in the bud immediately. So I have a zero tolerance for it. So this is what teachers have to do. Teachers have to be proactive, and they have to nip it in the bud as soon as you see it, as soon as you notice it. If you have a student come to you and tell you that someone is bullying them or talking about them, okay, you got to nip it in the bud. You can't sit around and allow that to happen in your classroom. And too many of these teachers are allowing it. They're allowing it. I don't know. These students can be intimidating, especially high school students. But you got to nip it in the bud, you know. And they need to put armed guards in these schools. They need to have more security. They need to have metal detectors in these schools, not just the black schools, but they need to have them in the white schools as well. They need to have them in all schools. They need to put some armed guards in these schools. I'm so sick and tired of this happening. Something needs to be done about our gun laws here in the United States, firearm laws here in the United States. Something needs to be done about it, because this, I'm mighty funny, this doesn't happen in Japan. Never hear about this kind of thing in Japan and some of these other countries, but you're always hearing about it in the United States. The United States continues to let these things happen, and they don't buckle down on these gun laws. I think they should just eliminate guns altogether. Get rid of them. Find other ways to protect yourself. Get rid of guns or firearms. I don't know if you can say that on here. Get rid of them. Mighty funny, they don't have this problem in other countries. The United States continues to have these lax firearm laws, and these things continue to happen. Our children are continuing to be unalived. People continue to lose their babies because the United States is not doing anything about these firearm laws. People should not be walking around with assault weapons. People should not have access to those. People should not have access to assault weapons in this country. It's like, really? People should not have access to them. Period. The United States really needs to crack down on that, because I'm getting sick and tired of hearing about these school shootings. I'm just school attacks. I'm just getting tired of hearing about these things. I'm sick and tired of people are losing their babies. People should not have to lose their babies. People shouldn't have to worry about sending their children to school, worrying about them being alive in the school. People shouldn't have to worry about this here in the United States. People shouldn't have to worry about things like that. The United States needs to crack down on it, and they need to crack down on it now. The president coming in needs to really, really be diligent in cracking down on that, because it has become a serious problem in this country, and it don't make no sense. It don't make no sense. Well, let me know what your thoughts are on everything that I've talked about in this video. Let me know what your thoughts are on bullying, parents being charged. Hopefully that'll cut down on it. This is the second time that parents are being charged. Hopefully, that'll make parents be more aware and more diligent with their kids and everything. And maybe that will cut down, but the laws need to be changed as well. Teachers and administrators need to be more diligent in cracking down on the bullying. Let me know what your thoughts are on all these subjects. Yeah, parents need to be more proactive. Don't be working so much that you're not paying attention to what your kids are doing. Yeah, something needs to be done. But let me know what your thoughts are, and hit that like, subscribe, and share. Until the next video, you guys be blessed.